Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the faculty, staff, trustees, and alumni of the Mitchell Hamline School of Law, I am honored to welcome you to this community.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Sirens to Subpoenas. If you haven't been here before, my name is Chris Faulkner, and for the past almost 20 years, I've been a paramedic in Northern Michigan. I am now starting week 4 of my first year of law school at Mitchell Hamline School of Law. If you like this channel, I hope you will like and subscribe and be a part of it. I'm planning on sharing every step of my law school journey, the ups and the downs, along with study tips and, if I can, some material that's been broken down a little bit, both to help me learn it and maybe help someone else out there. So I did my first week on campus in Minnesota, and I have to say this for Mitchell Hamline School of Law. I instantly knew that I had chosen the right place and that I was where I was supposed to be. Let me tell you why. The culture of the school. This is the school that put a booth up at the local Pride Festival. I don't need to tell you that in today's society, in this country, that can be a risky move sometimes. That took guts. That spoke volumes of their values, and I admire them for that. Every professor I encountered at that school, every staff member, anybody that worked there, not only were they friendly, but they talked over and over and over about how they want to know if we're struggling so they can help. They want to be looped in if we're having a hard time. They want to be there to help us sort it all out. And one of the deans even stood on stage and said over and over that what they believe in is that you never worry alone. That's a school that shows up for its students. That's a school that puts their money where their mouth is. And the professors, I don't know how we got so lucky. So for torts, we have Professor Steenson. Professor Steenson has been a lawyer for decades. He's been teaching for decades. And a lot of the faculty members who went to Mitchell Hamline had Professor Steenson for torts. He's the guy that people go to when they don't know what to do in the world of torts. When the state of Minnesota needed jury instructions, they went to him for help. Professor Mulrooney is my criminal law professor. He is former military, and with that comes a certain straightforward, to the point, this is the way it is. But it also comes with a solid sense of humor and jokes and ways of breaking down the material so that we get it. I'll never forget watching his introductory video, because he spent 3/4 of it, rather than talking about himself and his accomplishments, 3/4 of that video, he talked about how much he loves teaching and helping first-year law students and how his passion is with the first-year law students, because that's where the journey starts and that's where you start shaping the kind of attorneys they're going to be. As an educator myself, I admire that. Professor Eilertson is my professor for legal methods. She teaches us writing skills, case briefing skills, the everyday practical skills. And she keeps reminding us over and over that the overwhelmed feeling we're experiencing is experienced by every first-year law student, because they're learning a new language, a new method of thinking, a new way of processing. She works so hard to make sure that nobody feels alone or like they can't handle it. And then I have Professor Strawn for LARC, Legal Analysis, Research, and Communication. Professor Strawn worked for the Florida Council Against Sexual Violence as an attorney and advocating for people experiencing some of the worst things they will ever experience in their life. She has worked in immigration law. Everything she's doing is right there with my mission to help the people who don't have help, to help the people who need it most. We couldn't have possibly gotten luckier. And I have to say, what really drove that point home for me was the security guard at the front door as we walked in. I'm a blended learning student. I'm there for 2 weeks out of every semester. But you know, that security guard learned my name. And the next time I walked in, he said, "Hey Chris, you still holding up okay? Are you getting all the support you need? Is there anything we can do to help?" He works security, and he's calling me by name and asking me what he can do to help in my journey. What a thought. It hasn't been all lectures though. We had a faculty versus students dodgeball game. Not everybody played, but it got us all out into the sunshine and gave us a break from the mind-numbing reading. I've joined the Moot Court and Trial Advocacy Club. I'm excited about that. And a group of us even went out on the town for karaoke one night. Our class has become a community. We have a Discord server. It was set up by Sam, the girl who sits next to me in most of my classes. But we're all on this little chat server, so anytime anybody's bored, happy, excited, having a hard time, not understanding something, they drop a little chat on this server, and within 5 minutes or so, somebody will be awake and somebody gets back to them. So somebody who understands what we're going through is always a message away. We have students from every walk of life. We have nurses. We have current and former military, current and former law enforcement. We have a student who brings his service dog with him to class, a dog named Rosie, and she just sits there and enjoys class with us. There's someone who sits in front of me who spent most of his adult life teaching the Talmud, teaching Jewish law. Through a special program, we have 2 current prisoners in our law school class attending virtually. Why? Because Mitchell Hamline School of Law doesn't want anybody who wants to learn the law and become an attorney to be kept from doing so. We have a very unique and very special group of people. So that's been my first few weeks. I am so excited to continue and so glad you're all sharing in this journey with me. Again, like and subscribe. Drop a comment if you want. But thanks for being there with me for it all.